Welcome to Online Art Time with Mr. Denny. In this video, we're going to be sketching people. We're going to be practicing a lot. It takes a lot of practice to be good at something, and this is something we all need practice at. Give it a shot, do your best, make lots of mistakes, and then continue to do this forever and make loads of mistakes. We all need practice, even me. You might want to go out and take some photos of you or other people before we start the lesson. Let's have a good time. The materials you'll need for this art lesson are some paper, a pencil, a rubber, a pencil sharpener, and some photos of people. Go out, take some photos of people in different poses. You could even take photos of yourself, like I did. So I'm going to put this plastic piece over this iPad. I'm going to use my dry white pen, and I'm going to show you the gesture of this body. We start with the shoulders, then we do the backbone and the hips, and we do the legs and the feet. And we do the arms. And we do the head. The head is always smaller than the shoulders. That's the gesture of a person. That's what a gesture looks like. I'm going to put this piece of plastic over the iPad so I can show you how to draw a person. When drawing the gesture, we start by pushing soft. I'm going to use blue, but basically it's an outline of the direction of the things. So we start with the shoulders, do the backbone, we do where the hips are, we draw where the legs go, and the foot, and the other leg, and the arms, and the head. And the head is always smaller than the shoulders. And that is a gesture drawing. You can see the gesture of that person. Once we have the gesture of the person, we can then draw the shapes that we see. So now that we have the gesture, we can draw the shapes. So I'm just drawing the shapes of this person. I'm drawing the shapes that I see. So these are the shapes. I'm just drawing the shapes. And when I'm drawing, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the shapes, the basic shapes of the person. Once you have the frame and the gesture, then you can draw the shapes. Those are the shapes. You can see that is the shapes. Then we add detail. We go back and we add detail in. So that's where we draw the eyes and the bottom of the nose and the mouth and the folds in the clothes. The folds in the clothes. Many details on the shoes. These are surface details, and these details make things look better. That's adding surface detail. Finally, we would add the shadow. So the shadow usually comes off to one side, one way or the other. And then you can shade it in, and you could also add the tone and the shadows on the person. shadow. To sketch a person, we start by making the gesture. Draw the shoulders and the back, the spine, the hips, and where the legs are going to go. Kind of the shape of the shoe. Where the other leg is going to go. The shape of that shoe. And where the shoulders are, there's going to be the arms. Keeping it nice and sketchy and soft. And finally the head, and the head is always smaller than the shoulders. That's the gesture. Then we fill in the shapes. Very simply, we're just going to draw the shapes that we see. We're going to keep it quite sketchy, quite loose, quite messy. You can see mine is quite messy. It's not very neat at all. You can kind of see I'm adding the clothes. Again, it's quite sketchy, quite loose, quite soft. Couple of those folds in there and wrinkles, mainly folds. And then I kind of fill in where the parts are. I'm not worried if I make too much mistakes because I'm just practicing sketching. Keeping it really simple. I'm going to go back and emphasize some of the, or make some of the stuff thicker. Draw the back of the hand, the shape. Now that I've got the basics, I'm going to go back and add a bit darker lines where I want them. This is just a sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect. We need lots of practice. shadow. That's a sketch. We start with the gesture, shoulders, hips, legs, maybe the direction of the shoe a wee bit. And we observe that that shoe is behind that one a bit, so I'm going to bring that in a wee bit more. It's okay to rub things out if you get it wrong. Then we're going to go for the arms. And finally the head. The head is smaller than the shoulders. Then we're going to add the shapes we see. I'm just keeping a loose sketch. The shapes that I see. I can see that that elbow's out here, and this is back a wee bit. This just comes above the knees, so I'm just going to mark that where that comes. And that one's just a little bit lower. Shapes. I can see that this sock is higher than this sock, so this sock's lower by about halfway. I've darkened that foot too much. I'm going to rub that foot out a wee bit. Just because I thought it was getting too dark and I didn't like the shape enough. I like that better. the head. Face is looking this way. Kind of put between there and there. Not much detail. Ear is about the same size as the nose. Massive forehead. Simple. I'll add a little bit of shadow, but not much. Look at the shadows. See where they are. A little bit of white. To do a pose like this, again, start with a gesture. We're going to draw where the shoulders go. We're going to draw where the back is. We're going to draw where the hips are. We're going to draw where the legs are going. Now this one's coming forward, so I'm going to put it here, and it looks like it's going there. I'm going to make that one a little bit longer because it's in front. I'm going to make this one a bit shorter because it's in back. The shape of the foot. The arms. See where the hand is going to go. The other arm. And the head. The head is always smaller than the shoulders. Gesture. Nice and quick. Now I want to add the shapes that I see. What about that spine that I drew earlier? Because I know it's there. I need to see it. See that's just above the knees. So bring that down there. See that section comes in a little bit. And this section here, just a bit like that. See this part right here, that goes like that. And so shoot actually looks a bit higher. I think I drew it a different spot. Just draw it a bit higher. The shape. Detail on the hair and the face. Again, the eyes are about halfway across the middle of the face. And you draw where the face is looking. Nose is halfway in. Mouth is halfway in. We add a bit of shadow. Remember, it can stay messy. It's okay. You start with the gesture. Nice and soft. Then we draw the shapes that we see. Nice and loose, nice and sketchy. This is just a sketch. We need lots of practice at this. Like that line. That's better. Detail to the face, but not much. Not much. Keep it simple. Don't like that part. If you don't like something, just rub it out. It's okay. It's just a sketch. Detail. but not much. Just keeping it easy. It's just a sketch. Another shadow. To make a sketch of a person doing a power pose like this amazing superhero, we start with the gesture drawing. We start with the shoulders and where the back's going to go, what the hips are doing, where the legs are, the foot's pointing, and the other leg. Where the shoulders are, and the arms, and the other arm, and the head. And notice that the head is just below the shoulder, so I'm actually going to make that a bit lower because that shoulder's up there and this head isn't much higher than that. So there we go. Trying to draw the shape of the head a little bit more. That's better. Once you have the gesture down the way you like it, then we start to draw the shapes that we can see. shape of that leg. I'm going to darken these lines up in here so that you can see that that's kind of tucking in there. This one's in front, so I'm going to draw it first, the arm. Don't like the top of that shoe. Don't rip that top of the shoe out. What the socks are. Remember that sock because it's not white enough. I'm going to make that a little bit whiter. So I'm just going to open them out a wee bit. And finally that arm. I'm just looking at the shapes that I see. And I can see the back of the hand is kind of that shape. And there's a few fingers there. It's simple. Now I can go back and rub out a few things if I wish. Like the spine, I don't need to see that. Rub that out, it's just going to forward a bit. Now I'm going to add some shadow. I can see where that shadow comes from. I'm observing. It goes over the shoe, it goes over a little bit like that, it goes a bit round shadow. And a bit of shading. To make a pose as cool as this, dab, you start with the shoulders, and you do the back. It's always like the letter I, isn't it? And then we do the hips. And I can see the legs, so I'm going to start with that leg, and this one's going to go a little bit there, a little bit there. And I'm going to put the shoe there. And I'm going to go there. And his knee's a little bit lower than that one. I can observe that. And this heel is a bit higher than this one. This one's a bit lower than that one. So I can see that. And the shoe kind of goes that direction. And I can see this arm actually comes from this here. It comes forward a bit like that. And then it goes across like this. To where that shoulder is. That's kind of where the hand's going to go, right in there. You see that little thumb sticking out there. And then this is going to go here. And here. I can see it's a little bit bent. And then the hand's going to go there. And the head is tilted this time. It's tilted this way. It's kind of behind this, isn't it? Can't see it all. We'll see the top of it. There's a gesture. Now we're going to fill in the shapes. I'm going to start with his arm here, just because it's in front. So I'm going to start with this one, because it's in the front. Then do that hand. I'm going to rub out some of those things that are behind it. I can't see through, because I can't see through it. So just rub that like that. There we go. Then I'm going to do that head. Can't see the eyes at all, so I'm not even going to do them because I can't see them. And I'm going to do this part of the shirt that I can see just sticking up there a wee bit. I'm going to do the shape of the shirt. Curve to it there. Show some folds in the clothes. I don't want to see that spine anymore, so I'm going to rub out the spinal cord. Have this arm in here while I'm here. That's too big, isn't it? And the fingers. Okay, now back down to here. Gotta have the shape of those shorts, and those go just above the knee there. The knee's gonna be there. This side is a bit lower than that side, I can see. There's the bottom of that knee there. can see halfway there, that's where the heel goes, is halfway by there. Socks. And a wee bit of shadow. To draw this really nice person sitting in this lovely pose, I'm going to start by the gesture sketch. I'm going to draw where the shoulders are and the back. I'm going to draw where the hips are and where the legs are. This leg's going up like that and then crossing over like that. And this foot is about halfway between that shin, so I'm going to put it right there. And that foot goes there. And then I'm going to draw the arms. This is very soft, very sketchy. There's where the hand is. I can see the other one goes back behind there, and I can't really see it much. And then I'm going to draw kind of generally where the head is, and I can see generally the head is sitting a bit forward. That. I'm just going to draw it kind of some sketching like that. Looks like it's a bit like that. That's a bit too big. Something like that. I'm going to rub it and make it a bit smaller. It's okay to go smaller. It's hard to go bigger. It just looks very good if it's big. So we'll just keep it a bit smaller. Good. Generally, that's it. Now I'm going to draw the shapes that I see. So, I'm going to draw the shapes here. See the eyes go across like that. You see the nose is generally about there. See the mouth is kind of there. And the chin is right there. I'm gonna rub that because it's too dark. I like it softer. shield there. Like that. Draw the hair, kind of goes around like that a wee bit. And I can see the ears can be right behind the eyes there. There, and there's this flat bit, like that. Back of the neck. Okay, that's generally fine. Now I'm going to draw the neck, the shoulders, draw this arm here, and I can see that arm comes here. I'm doing this very soft and very sketchy. And I'm going to draw the back of the shirt, very sketchy, very loose. I'm going to draw this arm in here. See that comes here, and I can see that top part comes here. I can see this back of the arm comes here. You see the back of the hand. You can see a bit of the thumb. And I can see that phone sticking right in there. I'm going to draw the front of that shirt right there that I can see coming down. You can see this little part of the arm sticking right there. It's got a little bit of an overbite there, so I'm going to just scoot that back a bit. Make that face come back this way a bit more. Boy, did I mess that up. Try again. I think it's better if I just kind of leave it, huh? That's better. A bit of that neck in there. I can worry about that line that's in between that. I don't want to see through that. That's better. And now. Now I'm getting a bit fiddly there, so I'm gonna move on. Do a bit fiddly. And here's that knee coming here. Here's that leg coming from there. So that leg comes forward there. I can see the shorts coming off of there. I can see that back there. Off the bench. A little bit softer again. Part of the leg. I can see this leg is coming here, and then this calf also comes down there. And the shoes going back like that, it looks like. And this knee part is coming right from about that part of the hand, isn't it? It's all about observation where things are in relation to other things. This one. So shoes come down there. I'm not quite lined up with that one. I can see that part there is in front of that part there. I can see that on the picture. A wee bit bigger there. No socks. Maybe a bit of. It looks like a bit bigger there. gonna go for the shape of the bench. Shape of the bench, I'm gonna go like this. I can see that this line right here, where the calf muscle is and where the sock is, the bench is just above that part right there. I can see that. And I can see from the back part, it's about right there. And it comes up like this. That's the shape. And then we're going to draw these 4 little bits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw some lines. I'm going to draw this part down here. See, it starts out there. Nice rectangle. Simple. You see part of this go there. Part of that there. Go that side there. Then I can start to shade it in. And the shadows. And rub things out that I don't like. Yeah, don't like that eyebrow thing up there. Just don't like that. That looks a bit better, I think. And some shadow on the back of that neck. And a bit of shadow back here on that arm, I can see it. A bit on the back. And I can see some shadow down here under there. See a bit of shadow over here under that hand right there. I can see a bit of shadow coming down the leg there. And it kind of goes across like that. See some shadows down under here. A little bit of shadow under there. That's quite dark there, so I'm going to make that really nice and dark to show that it's coming forward a bit more. I'm going to make it a bit dark too because it's quite underneath there. Starting that up under there. Might get a bit lost in there, but that's okay. Bit of shadow back there on that bum. Couple of foldy bits. Bit of shadow on that arm. I'm going to rub out that line that was a part of that gesture drawing I did originally. Put it don't need it. There we go. And I'm going to darken in that bench a wee bit. Add a wee bit of shadow. Bit of shadow. And a little bit of that shadow. That part I can see the shadow come from. And something like that. And something like that. And a bit like that there. Very soft. There we go. Just going to darken up some of those lines on that to make that more prominent. Lost it in there and that added a nice little sketchy detail. I'm not being too accurate, remember. It's okay. There we go. Oh no. Got that part of the shadow. To draw a really intelligent person thinking, start with the shoulders. They kind of curve around in this picture. And the back. And the legs. Oh no, the hips. And the legs. Back there somewhere. That's going to be the head, so that's going to be the leg. And the arms. And the head. There's the gesture. Now I'm going to start to draw the shapes that I can see. I'm going to start with kind of this shoulder and this arm because it's closest to me, closest in the picture. To do this, I'm just pushing a little bit harder, not a lot, just a wee bit. Just getting some lines. They're a bit sketchy, a bit messy. It's fine. Just looking at the shapes that I can see. seeing, I just looked at the shapes. I can see a bit of this arm in here. I think I'm going to do a put on this just because it's right there. Things get a bit messy like that area right there, just rub it out and clean it up a bit. Make the lines easy to see for yourself. You can always go back over them like I'm going to do here. So if you make a mistake like that, just clean it up. And like that too, I don't need that anymore. I can't see through that section, so I'm just going to rub out that part of the frame there because that looks better, I think, without it. And I'm going to add in the face there and keep it really simple. Here is going to be up here. Got a massive forehead. And then some of that hair up there, and it starts by the ear and comes forward a wee bit like that. See that it comes there, kind of straight, and then it kind of goes there. And then I'm gonna do the shirt there. I can see a bit of that shirt come down along there. See when that shirt comes up there. A bit of that there. And the back is going to be right like that. Oop, too far. Not sketchy enough. Come out of it like that. And then down here, I can see that. Shirt folds. You can see down there, it comes forward. It's not flat, it comes forward a wee bit. I'm just observing. I think I'm going to curve that more. Just drawing the shapes that I see. See that's round. You do what you feel comfortable with. Too many lines on that. I want that song to be white. I don't need that anymore. put some of the folds that I can see in the clothes here. And I'm going to re-emphasize some of the lines that I like a lot, so I'm going to darken some of the lines. Not all the lines, I'm just doing the lines that I like. Especially the ones that are more forward. That sock. Rubbing out some of the lines that I don't want. Because the gesture just gets you into the right spot. After that, you don't really need it too much. Okay. Now I'm going to add in the bench, and I can see that it comes down from this point right around here. It comes from right about there, and it comes just to about there. And I can see it goes back like this. You see it comes from right about there, go that direction. Add those 4 little bits to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Add some lines there. Add this part of the bench. I'm gonna continue to darken the lines that I like. Add some shadow. I'm gonna add some shadow now. Looking at the shady bits and adding in some shadow. For the shadowy bits. For the dark areas. here. There's some shadows down here. And a bit of shadow under there, I can see that. And I can see a bit of shadow on that bench. Redraw part of that bench to make it a bit more prominent. I'm going to add just a little bit of detail to this. I like that phone sitting on the bench, so I'm going to draw the shape of the phone sitting on the bench there. I quite like that detail. I'm going to rub out that part to make it look white. I'm going to redraw that phone right there. Sitting on that bench. Screen down, thinking about life. Welcome to Online Art Time with Mr. Denny. In this video, we're going to be... Oh, no! Not again! No! Scene 1, take 1. Sketching people, introduction. Pretty cool. I like that. That's neat. Let's have fun. Yeah. Enjoy yourself. Don't worry about it.